We feel very, very confident in the President's authority on this. As stated in U.S. Code, the President has the authority to make sure that people coming into this country are doing so with proper intentions.
This shows that the United States of America has a great system. It's a system of checks and balances. And I'm very proud to see that the court has made it clear the President is not above the law.
How did you find out about the decision, Mr. President?
We just saw it just like you did.
Via the news, et cetera, the media.
But it's a decision that we'll win, in my opinion, very easily.
We now know there's a limit as to what he can do, and we have the protection of our courts.
Jessica Tarlov is a Democratic strategist and the senior director for research at Bustle.com. Katie Pavlich is news editor for Townhall.com and a Fox News contributor. Katie, the smack talk got going right away. Chuck Schumer tweeting, President Trump ought to see the writing on the wall, abandon proposal, roll up his sleeves, and come up with a real bipartisan plan to keep us safe. I'm sure the president's going to back right down, right, Katie?
Oh, I'm sure. You know, Democrats may think they won the battle, but they certainly haven't won the war in the eyes of the Trump administration. And there's a reason why they call the Ninth Circuit the Ninth Circus, because the majority of the decisions are overturned. When you look at the opinion here, it's not detailed in terms of the law, and they're bringing in arguments that Donald Trump made on the campaign trail to make their decision in this case, which is unprecedented in terms of what we've seen in the past. And in fact, the 10th Circuit has shut down in the past, bringing in previous political statements made by candidates into court cases. And so the administration has two options here. They can rewrite the executive order, make sure it's more narrowly tailored and have a better rollout. Yeah. Or they can go to court and bring it to Supreme Court, which they actually, I think, have a pretty good chance of winning. So,
well, okay, what about that, Jessica? Because I was shocked to read that this court is reversed more than 80% of the time. That is not a good record.
It's not ideal, and, you know, we're all numbers people here, and I certainly wouldn't like those odds. But we also keep forgetting that this is a temporary ban, so there's a waiting out the clock element here. And Democrats have been doing it across the board. Did it with the confirmation hearings. Now we'll see what happens with the Gorsuch hearings as well. So we just need to make it a few more months here before it's over. I do think the Trump administration will rewrite the executive order. Whether that comes before the 90 days are over or after, I'm not sure. But certainly, as Katie said, you know, they're not giving up, and Donald Trump has intent on this, and he's staking it all. You know, this is one of his big campaign promises, and I know that it's morphed a number of times, first a Muslim ban, then into some kind of security ban, now we're at a travel ban or whatever we want to call it. But he's
not giving up. And Katie, the smack talk doesn't end either. I mean, entertaining at least for the people on the sidelines. Hillary Clinton weighing in and tweeting right away, 3-0. Kellyanne Conway responding with 3 states that Hillary Clinton lost.
Well, I mean, not only that, not only 3 states that Hillary Clinton lost, but she's also 2-0 when it comes to presidential runs as well. And so I think that Hillary Clinton weighing in does herself a disservice when it comes to her credibility. But going back to how the Trump administration can handle this moving forward, obviously on the merits and the legal argument here, they're going to continue to cite federal law. They're going to continue to rely on the Constitution.
Should they rewrite it? I mean, that's not a bad idea.
I think that they actually should. It would make the process much easier and, you know, avoid any more conflict in the courts. But I don't think that President Trump is going to do that, considering he likes to win and is going to back down on that. But they could certainly rewrite it to exclude green card holders from the beginning, because the big problem with this situation is that this court looked at it and said it caused harm. And the Trump administration could have avoided a lot of that, giving the opposition that argument by rolling it out properly from the beginning.
Well, Jessica, do you agree with that? Do you think that's the best way to proceed would be to just rewrite it more specifically, more narrowly?
Well, definitely. I mean, the court also said that the administration had shown no evidence that people coming from these 7 countries had committed acts of terror in the United States.
I'm so glad you said that, though, because we have the evidence. I mean, since then, everybody's come up with it, and this is a whole list of people who have been sentenced from these countries. So the evidence is there, although I understand they did not present it at the time. That was a huge mistake.
That was a huge mistake, and that's what the Washington decision, the Minnesota decision rely upon. So obviously the Trump administration has to change things, but I think that there's something really special to Donald Trump being able to say, well, Obama made this list. He loves to go back and say, oh, the previous administration did this, so it's got to be fine. And the problem is that argument doesn't hold up. What happened in 2011 is not what's going on right now in 2017.
Okay, but
so he's really got to modify.
Katie, I got the list right here. So they could just take this list and go back and
Thanks for
try
helping
again.
them out,
Maybe
Melissa.
I'll mail it. I mean, I can mail it. Whatever. I could email it.
You should
I know
be
how
in the
to scan
courtroom,
things.
Melissa.
Whatever
you should be in the
need.
courtroom to present the evidence, because the Department of Justice didn't do the administration the most favor when it came to their arguments not having all the evidence that they needed in this case. But the point that the administration would make is not only do we have this list of people who have been accused or convicted of terrorism from these countries, but it doesn't matter, because the whole point of this is to prevent anything from happening. It's not about waiting until after something occurs to then be on the defense in terms of finding policies to prevent that. So
We got
that's,
to
I
run.
think,
Can I
what
say
the
happy Friday to you
administration would say.
both?
I just want to defend Hillary Clinton a little bit. Kellyanne Conway has had the worst week ever. I think she should get off
Not as
quick.
bad as losing the presidency
There you
twice.
go. It's okay. And you
take what we
ladies have
can
both
get,
had
Katie.
wonderful weeks, and have a great weekend. Thanks for coming on. See you soon.
Just want to add that in at the end.
That's right. That's right. I love them both.